Website have links to the American Cancer Society and some of the bigger organizations that are involved.
You have a goal for this year's race, fundraising goal,
Me particularly,
or just the whole event?
the whole event was to do more than they did last year, and I believe they did 32,000 last year. And they have one team called the Big Girl Panty Club that did over 10,000 last year.
Why are you pointing the mic?
But I got the buttons over here.
Yeah.
Button
You gotta put on your big girl panties and deal with reality.
Don't put that on Facebook.
Too late.
I'd pay to see that one.
And because girls are the only ones that do it, that's why there's no big boy people.
Okay.
I know some big boys need to put their big girl panties
Yes,
on. I'm
exactly.
sorry. I got a few friends that use a little big girl panty hood at times. Listen, you're a single mom.
No one can say to that.
I don't know. Keep your hand off that button, though. You're a single mom of 2 teens, and you said one of them is going to be walking with you this year. Is the
Yes.
other one going to walk too?
For sure. I asked her to sign up, and she's a little bit more of a procrastinator than her sister is. So
Well, gee whiz, she's only got 2 days left.
I know.
I
So
mean-
she hasn't signed up, but I'm at least going to try to get her out there for the evening events because I think it's important that they know what's going on.
I think everybody should come out for the evening events. This would be great entertainment Friday night. If I show up, we all get everybody to sing happy birthday to me.
Exactly, because there is, at ECC, we do have a ECC Idol competition, and at 7 p.m., the winners are going to sing the national anthem, and the runner-up is going to sing God Bless America.
Get out.
And I do know the co-sponsor, so maybe after God Bless America, we could get the 2 bands to sing Happy Birthday to Laura.
You may have to show up, huh? You may have to make the pilgrimage on Friday. We'll see what's cooking
You
Friday
may have
night.
to earn your beads to do it, but bring a little Mardi Gras.
Earn your beads. I'm invited to a prom Friday night.
Oh,
What?
that would
A
be
prom.
awesome.
Yeah.
That is a benefit for the Animal Care and Control of Chicago.
Okay.
Seriously.
Okay.
And so it's a toss-up. You know, do I go to prom?
Try to do both.
I could. I'll try.
No, she can't do both.
Listen, tell me something. What if it rains? David doesn't like getting wet.
Tent. We have a tent.
I
We're all
know,
right.
we do have tents.
What are we going to walk in place?
Yeah.
I'm hoping there, I should have probably checked this ahead of time and ensure
Umbrellas?
it's on the website. But hopefully there will be something inside. I do know we have a track in our event center above
Yeah.
where the kids
You have a
play
terrific track.
through where they play basketball.
Even
so.
at BPAC, you could walk around that a few times.
Oh, exactly. The campus is huge anymore.
It is.
We're putting on 300,000 square feet. So.
It's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
It's really beautiful. Can we switch gears here a little bit and let's talk a little about weight loss because we have Tony Longo coming on.
Yes.
Why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about your weight loss journey?
About 4 years ago, my blood sugar was high, my blood pressure was high, my cholesterol was high at 34. It all happened within a couple doctor's visits in 6 months. And my doctor said to me, and I knew I was heavy, but to be honest, between 200 and 300 pounds was kind of a blur. I think I just quit paying attention. And I'm only 5'3", so I think I was as wide as I was tall.
You're
And
a tall person, Emily.
well, thank you. So he said to me, you know, I think you should think about lap band surgery. And I didn't know what it was at all. And he said, if this gets any worse, you won't have a choice. You'll probably have to do gastric bypass. And that scared me. I heard a lot of people had died through that surgery and things like that. So I did the research. And I found out that it wasn't really that big of a deal surgically. And I had gotten to a point where my knees were hurting. And I was in a really bad spot and sick a lot. So we checked with my insurance. My insurance would cover it. So I went in. It was day surgery. I just had to stay overnight and was out and on my way on a liquid diet for a while. And I lost about 60 pounds the first year, but if you're not with it mentally, it's just a tool. And I did a support group, and I still go to the support group sometimes. And there's people who are right after surgery, and they say, well, what are you doing here? You're thin. I said, well, you still have to be there mentally because you can always slip off your rocker. So the last year, I got really in gear. I got a personal trainer for 3 months. It was my Christmas present to myself.
How wonderful.
And I thought, well, I'm paying this guy to abuse me 4 mornings a week. I might as well just quit paying, spend that money on clothes, and abuse myself 4 mornings a week. And so I think it took about 3 months to get the habit and realize that I was spending more time planning how to get out of exercise than actually going and doing it. If I just got up and went and did it, I was over that initial pain, and now I have so much more energy and feel better. And
What do you do for daily cardio?
I do walking mostly, the stair climber, which I don't like that machine, but I think I do it on a real high level, and I take a medicine ball and go above my head, and I do it for real short times. Like I'll do 5 minutes, and then I'll go do weights for about 15, and then I go back to it. But mostly I walk. I live 3 miles from ECC, and if it's not really hot like it is today, I'll leave an hour early and I'll walk to work, and then I'm forced to walk home because I don't have a way.
6 miles a day, that's awesome.
So if I can do that once or twice a week, then I don't take McLean and go by the Dairy Queen. I take Randall and go by Myers so I can pick up fruit.
I like your attitude. I don't like this machine, so I bring a big medicine ball with me, and I bring that with me on this machine that I don't like to begin with, and I make it really hard for myself.
Yeah,
That's great.
Well, and that's that burst that doesn't, and I actually haven't had my lap band tightened in over a year, and
You
I'm
still
eating,
have it in?
Yes,
Okay.
and I'm eating more now than I have in the last few years, but I've learned my tastes have changed. A lot of sugary things don't appeal to me like they used to.
Plus the cardio's keeping it under control.
It is, and I actually crave the lean meat. I'll notice if I don't eat a lot of meat for a couple days, I'm craving a pork loin or whatever. And so I've learned to listen to my body and interpret it correctly instead of, oh, I need a pork loin, not a blizzard.
Well, girl after my own heart, but occasionally.
Yeah, and that's true.
What one thing would you like to leave our listeners with today?
Never give up. Never quit trying. I was also a smoker for 14 years. And when I moved here to Illinois, I decided I was 34. I had smoked for 14 years, and I gave it up. And that time, it worked. And my kids said, "You've tried to quit smoking at least once a year, every year that they were alive." And it's been 5 years now.
God
I
bless.
congratulate you for smoking. It's super hard.
Oh, I know, and
Congratulations.
that's why I say don't quit quitting, because that was one thing where, and for some reason this last time, it stuck. But every other time I would be 2 days, 2 months, 2 weeks.
Probably because you really developed a resolve too with the weight loss and the daily cardio.
Yeah,
You know, once
so
you start developing that discipline, that diligence, and it will spill over into other areas of your life. Mikey quit a year and a half ago practically.
yeah, and there are still times that you think you want it, but then you think about how long you've been away from it. So if you fall off, you have to get back on. And I know it's an old saying and people roll their eyes and whatever, but it's that way with weight loss. It's that way with smoking. It's that way with caffeine. I used to drink a 12-pack of Mountain Dew at work a day. And when I had my lap band surgery, I shook. The whole weekend I swore I was going to die from the sugar, the caffeine. And now I have 1 8-ounce cup of coffee in the morning with some milk. I have a Diet Pepsi at lunch, and I just make sure everything else is caffeine free because I was so addicted. I never wanted to go through that again.
Good for you. Give us the info on the Relay for Life event once again.
Okay, Tony, I will
It
put
is
you on hold.
Friday
Get
night,
right
June
to it. Okay, my
10th.
friend?
The camping site setup starts at 3 p.m. The 7 p.m. is when the opening ceremony starts, and we'll be walking till 6 a.m.
I want to thank you very much for being here.
Thanks
Lynn
for
Lipper,
having me.
team captain of the Relay for Life at Elgin Community College. Thank you for coming on the Laura Dion-Jones Show, and best of luck to you and all the walkers.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Keep in
sweetheart.
touch.
You too. Let's hold that thought, y'all. You're listening to the Laura Dion-Jones Show on WRMN 1410 AM, and it's halftime. So before we go on,
Let's talk about Clara Leas and Lynn on the way out. A 12-pack of Mountain Dew is your special prize. That was, thanks, my dear. Hey, Dr. Clara Leas, she's a Boston University Sargent College grad. You know that. She also has a large Medicare practice. So you need anything in the world of chiropractic, Dr. Clara Leas, a name you know, not only from this show, she's a well-known dancer, a well-known Larkin student, a well-known business lady in all the major groups she's involved with in town. You can call her at 847-888-9988. And Exhibit A, once again, posture, my dear, right there. That's the work of Dr. Clara Leas.
And a great big thanks to Snobhounds and Casey Toole, weekly sponsors of ours, without whom our show would not be possible. And I would like to thank you all for listening to the Laura Dion-Jones Show on WRM.